Hello, good evening everyone. So I am Manish, the chapter lead of Girlscript Kolkata. I hope that all of you are doing great and I would like to welcome you all to our webinar on extended reality by Avi Dwivedi. Before we move on to that, let me introduce Girlscript for those who are joining us for the first time. Girlscript is the fastest growing tech community in India. It is a non-profit project brought to you by Girlscript Foundation to help beginners in technology. The main motto of Girlscript is not only to encourage gender equality in the technology sector, but also to help all beginners in technology who are overwhelmed about their career in technology at the starting phase of their education. If you want to know more about Girlscript, you can go to the website link available in the description. And also, let me attach the link here also. Yeah, you can see. And a few months ago, Girlscript introduced its GS Cup for both Girlscript members and non-Girlscript members. This is a tournament where you win prizes by just regular updates of the activities you do for the tech community. It is a very community-based event to encourage your contribution to the community. You just need to register yourself and fill the details about your contribution. For more details, you can visit the website. Link also available in the description, and I will put it here also. Just a second. Yeah, you can see in the screen. uh, so now, without wasting much more time, let's start the webinar. But before that, I would like to warmly welcome Avi Dwivedi sir and thank him for taking out time to join us in this event. He is a medical imaging scientist and founder of XRDI community, one of the largest communities in India for extended reality developers. He is well versed in the aspect of extended reality and loves to share his experience with the tech community. Extended reality is a field that has been increasingly growing in popularity and scope in recent years and is expected to be one of the pioneering field in the future. I look forward to learning more about this field through this webinar, and I believe that this will be a great learning opportunity for us. I would like to call upon sir. Sir, the is yours now. Let's welcome Avi
Hi
Dwivedi sir.
मनीष हाय
Hello sir.
मनीष आप सुन पा रहे हो मुझे
Yeah, sir. Yeah, it's fine.
So thanks for a pretty nice, pretty neat introduction, and thanks for organizing this event with the community. And I'm really happy that
Okay.
you guys invited me.
Thank you, sir. It's our honor to have you.
Okay, so I would like this session to be very, very interactive, very, very fun, and we would like to talk about a lot of topics which are related to this extended reality. As you can see right now, I'm being an avatar. I'm right now in front of you, but I'm in this space. If you could see, I'm into these nebulas. I'm just wandering around in deep space. So as you can see, I can control my complete computer from here. I have a keyboard, I have a mouse same ways. So I can see you on this screen. I can control everything from here, and this feels awesome in being like an avatar and being in extended reality. So yeah, are we ready to begin with the screens?
Yeah, let me share your screen, sir. Just a second. Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, so now you guys see my screen already, and so let's start with the slides. Okay. So let me bring this full screen. Also, for my viewers at home, I'd like to show my screen as well. Okay, now they should be able to see screen at home as well. So let's present this presentation. Start with that. And Manish, I hope you would you can help me with the all the comments and all the questions, all the queries which are from our viewers. Okay. So first, who am I? I'm Avi Dwivedi, and thanks Girlscript community for organizing this session with you guys. I'm extremely happy and extremely excited to bring it on. And me and my virtual reality avatar is gonna explain everything to you. So yeah, let's begin this without any further delay. Okay. So come to the next slide. Who am I? I'm the founder of Extended Reality Developers of India community, which is India's biggest community for XR. So if you are working in XR, this is a place must join if you are interested about XR. XR, what is XR? I'll guide you in the next slides. So I have also a past of working in immersive touch. I have worked as a medical imaging scientist, which is a very prestigious thing to do, because I was helping doctors understanding the images, medical images better, and perform surgeries on virtual patients, like you are looking at my virtual avatar. So we could create virtual patients, and doctors would perform surgeries on them. Okay. Uh, Rest of that, I also have a company called Yota Studios, which basically handle in the virtual reality, augmented reality services. If you want something, you can contact me. Okay, so let's dive deep into this XR industry. But XR introduction. So it starts with, you might have heard of a lot of terms, like there is VR, there is AR, there is MR, XR. Like, so what are all these term mean, and what is specifically XR? Okay, so let's debunk this. What is it exactly? So VR means virtual reality, AR means augmented reality, mixed reality is there, MR, and now what the hell is XR? So XR is nothing but just the umbrella term for all these three, and not just all these three, also for haptic, also for CR, which is cinematic reality. Okay, so XR is basically the term in which all these realities exist, all these kind of technologies, we group them in with this term, which is called XR. Okay, so let's see a very similar term, which is also an umbrella term, which is called AI, means artificial intelligence, in which in AI there is computer vision, there is neural networks, there is natural language processing. So there are a lot of terms covered in AI. Similarly, XR has all these terms, which are AR, VR, MR. Okay, so now let's move on to what are they in the depth. So we have to dissect all these terms, okay, one by one. So let's understand digital. Okay, this is very easy to understand. What is digital? Digital is any information which is not physical, which is basically made of bits and bytes. What are bits and bytes? These are basically zeros and ones, the language in which your machines communicate. These are basically bits and bytes, and any information which is represented, and any information which is made of these bits and bytes are called a digital information. Clear? So then what is virtual? So we understood that any information like an MP3 file, it's a bit and byte made file, it's a digital file, it's a digital copy. Okay. So, but what is virtual? Virtual is a specific kind of digital copy which can be understood by humans. For example, this slide, you are looking at a digital copy, a digital version of some information, and when you see it, you can make sense of it. A human can make sense of virtual things, right? So, like digitals are meant to be understood by machines, the virtual is meant to be understood by humans. Okay, this is the key difference between virtual and digital. So we call virtual as visually digital, which means it's visually, and who has the visuals? Humans has the visuals. Okay, so this is something called virtual, that virtually digital, visually digital. Okay, let's move on to what are virtual simulations. This is interesting, because if you have any sort of physical phenomena, anything which happens, any incident which happens in world, you can also simulate that with using those bits and bytes, using this digital and virtual formats. For example, if there is a rain, if there is a rain outside of your home, you can also visualize in virtual form how the rain will look like. Maybe you can draw on a copy. That is a visual, that is a virtual simulation. Okay, you are drawing something, but that's not made of bits and bytes. That's why we don't call them digital or virtual simulation. That is a simulation somehow. Okay, if you also create that same raining effect with your computer graphics technologies, or create something with Photoshop, even that is virtual simulation, because you're simulating a real world phenomena into a virtual world scenario. So that is virtual simulation. Now let's talk about what is virtual reality. So right now I am in virtual reality. Okay, so virtual reality is basically when you create the whole world Right now I'm inside a universe, inside outer space. Okay, so when we create a world out of this virtual information, then it's called virtual reality, and we send a observer into it, or a human into it. Okay, it's also known as the mental teleportation, because you are sending my the mental sensory into this virtual world, and this is why this is called mental teleportation, because I'm able to sense, I'm able to see the depth of this simulation, and there's a lot I can basically experience. Okay, so let's talk about augmented reality. Now here the things got interesting. Like you can send some human into this virtual world, you can also take out some things, some objects from this virtual world into your real world. It might sound fuzzy, but it's actually totally possible, and we'll see in next slides how. Okay, so next we talk about augmented mixed reality. So mixed reality is basically same as augmented reality, but it's mounted on your head. Okay, so it's augmented reality mounted on your head like virtual reality, and that's why it's called mixed reality. So it's basically the window in which the augmented reality can be experienced is now is in line with your head position, your vision. Okay, so also let's talk about what is virtual haptics. So in virtual reality, in virtual simulations, you cannot feel anything. You, if you touch something, your hand will pass through it. Okay, so this scenario basically breaks the illusion of being into virtual world, because the virtual world should feel like real. Okay, so this is why this field comes in picture. This is called virtual haptics, and this virtual haptics is basically the science of feeling the physical phenomena into the virtual world. For this we use a lot of robotics, and using that robotics we create the illusion that virtual things are actually exist, and you can actually feel them with, you can actually sensate with your fingers, with your hand, with your body, or maybe some simple vibrations. So that science is called virtual haptics. Let's also talk about spatial audio. So spatial audio is nothing new. You might have heard of A.R. Rahman songs. You might have seen a lot of movies. Spatial audio is basically whenever you hear a sound in real world, you are you are very easily, you can basically say that from which direction or from how far the sound is coming, how far is the source. Okay, similarly in spatial audio in virtual reality, we try to simulate this same phenomena, where you can actually predict that from where the voice is coming, in which direction, how far is the object. You can basically feel that. Okay, so we try to recreate that. Location based XR is a whole new field of XR, where we try to basically showcase data or showcase virtual information based on in which area you are. Like if you are in some volcanic region, you should be able to see some volcanoes. Okay, so something like that. Now let's come to these numbers, because without the numbers, everything is not just that interesting. You don't have a reason. You are going to see this whole virtual reality, extended reality, not more than just a game. Okay, but this is much more than a game. In fact, if you talk about game industry, if we talk about game industry, it's much bigger than even twice or thrice the movie industry. The movie industry was evaluated around 21 billion in 2018, and the game industry, the high, if also in other ways, if you say the highest grossing movies is one of the Avengers, and it earned a few million dollars, a few billion dollars, I think. And the highest grossing game is basically GTA 5, and it has earned more than $5 billion, and it's huge. Okay, so it's much bigger than movie industry. The games are much bigger than movie industry. Now let's come to XR. Let's see how big is this and how big it's gonna be. Okay, so in 2018 the number was $21 billion. That is the amount of investment it's been put it in there by the giants, by the Google, by the Microsoft, and they invested this huge amount of money in this. Now in 2019, we saw the investment, which is almost double the investment, and which is $32 billion. And now we in 2020 we also saw this exponential growth in investment in the market, and the market became $51 billion, including all kind of virtual reality, all kind of sectors in virtual reality. We saw a lot of those things. Okay, so now what are the predictions by 2025? The chart is going to break, the $180 billion chart is going to break, and the estimate is around $400 billion. So this is the huge money which is going to be invested by the whole world in this kind of simulation, in this kind of software industry. So, and this is not a secret. Every big company know this secret. Okay, so every industry, you can see this is the 2019 landscape of virtual reality industry, and you can see every single name on this list. Okay, there is Facebook, obviously there is Facebook, there is Oculus, there is Unity. They are basically known for virtual reality, but there is also HBO, there is also a lot of companies are there. You can see every single company which knows tech is already in there, like Google is there, the Zoom is there. Okay, so every single industry is already invested and already working on this, whether it's Sony, whether it's Oculus, whether it's, and they have their own headsets, they have their own hardwares and all those. But in 2020 the investment is even bigger, and in the upcoming years is the it's going to be the age of virtual reality and extended reality. Now why I'm telling you all this, because if you be aware of it, if you be aware of that this technology is about to come or already is in so much progress, when you know this thing, then you can be prepared for it. And what do I mean by being prepared? Like when the mobile came, you were not that prepared. Okay, those who were prepared, who built things like Amazon, those who were prepared, who built things like Flipkart, those who were prepared, who built things like Ola, right? So these are people who understood the power of mobile phone. Now you are ordering everything with the mobile. Now you are ordering your subsidy with mobile. Now you are ordering, there's Zomato, there's Swiggy, there's every single company targeting mobile users in several different ways, isn't it? Okay, so this is basically the power of mobile right now, and those who understood it are multi-billionaires. Okay, and the people who gonna understand this virtual reality, extended reality, who gonna adopt it first, who gonna build for it first, are going to take a much more a bigger benefits from it. Okay, let's also talk about in which area you see that you can implement virtual reality. Okay, so let's talk about I have a question to you, that what kind of virtual reality product you will build, if you want to build virtual reality or augmented reality, in which area of interest you can use virtual reality. And answer is very simple. This is the answer. So here 75% of the virtual reality products are right now games. Okay, but there are much more. There are entertainment. You can watch whole movie in virtual reality. Okay, people are dancing in virtual reality, people are creating art with virtual reality, there are social interaction. I'm taking your class, I'm taking this lecture in virtual reality. Okay, with thanks to Girlscript. And let's also talk about journalism. People are doing journalism in virtual reality. So there's new media VR, and there are a lot of companies who are doing journalism and all those things in virtual reality. There are scientific simulation being tested in virtual reality. Trainings are there, military trainings are there, and business presentations are there. Marketing is there. I'm giving you a presentation through virtual reality. Okay, healthcare is a major sector, and even I have worked in the healthcare using XR. So that is a pretty deep industry, and that is a pretty scientific, and there are high quality jobs and everything is there. Okay, so now you see there is almost every sector you could imagine is already using virtual reality in one or the other way. So let's talk about this. How is it possible? How everyone is using virtual reality? So the answer is virtual reality is not just a technology. It's not just a new way of seeing things. It's a whole new medium. Okay, what do I mean by whole new medium? What is a medium? A medium is like your television. You see every and each kind of content on your television because it's a medium, and anybody could express through a medium. Anybody could express their feelings, their emotion, the kind of content they want to make, their passions, and that's totally possible. That's why there are cookery shows on TV. Okay. Similarly, you can host your cookery show on virtual reality. You can cook in virtual reality, and that is there are bartender games in virtual reality. People would always love to attend being a bartender and would like to try and juggling those bar bottles. And yeah, people are doing that in virtual reality. People are fighting in virtual reality, and that's pretty major. Okay, so it's a medium, and you can do everything with better way, with more precision, with more accuracy, with more learning constant. Is that you can learn very fast in virtual reality, and once you learn from virtual reality, you are going to remember this because it becomes experience, so you are going to remember that always. Okay, let's talk about one of the things which are very closer to my heart. This is a virtual reality experience, and but this is a very different virtual reality experience. I mean, it's nowhere falls in the use case of virtual reality. So let's look at it. Okay, so this is a 7-year-old deceased daughter, and her mother tried to bring her back using the power of virtual reality. So they created the model, the 3D model of a girl, okay? And what they did, they made that alive. They made it animate. And she's right now using some virtual gloves, some haptic gloves, so that she could sense her. She could feel her existence. She could maybe enjoy one more day, maybe celebrate one more birthday of that girl, as you can see. Okay, so people are bringing their loved ones back using virtual reality, and as I said, anything is possible with virtual reality. So they are simply doing it. Okay, so this happened in 2016 in South Korea, and they are basically very good with using virtual reality with literally everything. Okay, so the screen is stuck. I try to host this again. With video, it got stuck sometime. Okay, no issues. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so I showed you this video already. Now, virtual reality. Right now, you are seeing me in virtual reality. I'm Avi Dwivedi, your host. Let's see also a demo of virtual augmented reality. So this, if you could scan this QR code on your screen for people who are looking at on a computer, they can simply scan this QR code on their mobiles, or they can basically try this link, which is www.utilstudios/AR test. If they could do that, they could simply find this augmented reality demo, which I want to show you guys. Okay, so if you could let me know if you could scan this on your screens, if you could see this on your screen, and if you are able to scan this, and simply visualize it or save this link for later. You can also experience this demo using this link, AR test. Okay, utilstudios.com/AR test. You can experience what is there, and I won't tell you what is there, but you could experience something which is in augmented reality. Okay, so what is this? This is the haptic I told you about. You have seen the headsets, but this is the haptic technology. As you can see, there are on this finger, there are springs. They are not springs, but they work like those. Okay, so these are basically some motors here, and they basically pull back. So when you try to suppose grab a rock, so they make sure that you don't pass your fingers through the rock, so they pull your fingers back. Okay, so that's how the haptic technology works. So this is the robotic part, and this basically allows the virtual part to feel more natural, because in real world you are not able to pass your finger through a rock, so you should not be do that in virtual reality as well. You people this company is called Tesla Suit. I'm also inviting the founder on a podcast. So if a lot of people don't know about me, so XR podcast is the show which I host, in which all the people who are experts in virtual reality or extended reality come to our show and share their experiences about a lot of things, including this Tesla Suit. Okay, so even your founder, even Girlscript founder, is about to come on the show pretty soon. I believe the 13th. Yeah, but you can basically join the community, which is XRDI India. That's completely free. That's available to everyone, especially students. And what we are doing with that community, here they are. We are telling people about what is XR. So XR awareness, we are talking about XR awareness. We are also talking about XR content production. So we also help people collaborate in several ways and produce some XR content, which means making the augmented reality and virtual reality apps. We also work on XR entertainment. As you can see, we are also releasing one movie, and we are also working on one music video, which will come in XR. Okay. XR skill democratization, which means we are also collaborating with Unity and Unreal, and we are basically teaching people how to use those products, how to build a virtual reality solution or augmented reality solution with those products. Okay, so we also work on tutorials and all those things. Okay, I host a live show which is called Late Night Live. So that is a pretty interesting concept. I basically sit down in any night. Okay, that's very random. That's based on when my mood is right. Okay, when the wind is correct. Okay, so I basically sit down and code for 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours, and basically code the whole game or code the whole solution, in which you can see my thought process, in which you can see how the code is being done live, in which you can basically ask me question that why I'm writing this code. So that kind of show is there, and you can play the end product which is produced the next morning. Okay, so XR networking is there. We are the biggest community of XR in India, which means we have all the entrepreneurs, all the big company leader, giants of industry, and you can basically communicate with them. If you have some skill, if you can basically draw something really good things, you can basically communicate with them that, hey, I show you my artwork. Would you be like to interested in hiring me or something? Okay, so you can basically communicate with them. If you are running some collaborations, you can collaborate with them. There's a lot you can do then. XR growth, and eventually we are working on the XR growth of the community. Okay, so these are some course material. These are interesting course material. I'll share the slide with the host, Manish, and these are basically the course material which you can follow. And these are my contact details. You can contact me anytime. And if you have any questions about the virtual reality, any questions, feel free to shoot them. I'm more than happy to listen to them and more than happy to answer them.
So it's pretty good, sir. So there's a question like, where can I just a second, where can I able to learn AR, VR, MR, ER for free? Please do give me an site for free learning.
Okay, fantastic. So to answer that, first thing I would like to say is come to the XRDI community, because that is the one hub for each and everything you want to do in XR. Okay, so come with XRDI India and join us, join this initiative. And there is the, as you can see, there is a course there, which means how to start with XR and how to do all those things. Okay, so yeah, there is that is a very good point to start. You can basically share the link as well, which is
Yeah, I am
XRDI
sharing the
India.
link.
Okay, so
Just
yeah,
yeah, I am
sure.
sharing the link. Just a second. Yeah, so one question, another question like they have sent in Google Forms. Like, how can we use AR VR for your product marketing videos?
Yeah, obviously, marketing, AR VR is pretty neat technology, especially augmented reality is very helpful for this marketing stuff. You have seen the OnePlus 7 has released their product, their phone in augmented reality, and there are a lot of cars which are basically trying to sell their products, showcase their product launches are there. So yeah, obviously, you have to figure out what your product is, okay, and based on that you have to decide, okay, how do I use that, and where I can use the augmented reality. I have to look at some example to answer this question. For example, if a product is a chocolate, so why not open this chocolate and split that in virtual reality and showcase that? Because as you can see, I'm putting no more effort than just sitting with you and talking with you, and you can see me in virtual reality in an animated way. In this mocap, this is called mocap, and this mocap takes basically a lot of efforts, a lot of people to produce in without virtual reality. So it takes a mocap rig, mocap everything. Okay, but here I can talk to you, I can move my hand and you can see everything, and it's happening seamlessly. So yeah, it's amazing, it's amazing technology.
It's impressive, sir. And the another question is, what are the most important technical challenges in virtual reality?
Right now, the biggest technical challenge, I would say, this is not so technical, this is more like economical challenge, but yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this. The pricing right now of virtual reality is one of the most economical challenge, but this is also going to be sorted really, really soon, as the new headset from Reliance is about to come, which is going to be a 3DF headset. And yeah, it will be pretty neat, and I'm sure we could do a lot of stuff. I have made a video of that headset. If I could share back my screen, can I
Yeah,
share back
sure.
screen?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry, I bumped my. Okay, so you can see my screen right now, right?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so you can also, guys, you can also subscribe me on XRDI. So XRDI, search for XRDI on this, and you'll find the GeoGlass. Okay, so if I could simply show a few minutes of this video.
So I think, sir, sound is not sharing, just a video is sharing.
ओके नो इश्यूज ओके सो दिस इज द हेडसेट जो आपको देखने को मिलेगा, और इस हेडसेट के साथ काफी सारी मतलब चीजें जो हैं, काफी 25 एप्लीकेशन इस हेडसेट के साथ रिलीज करी जा रही हैं. ओके, सो इफ आई कुड शो यू, so you could find this video and see, but still I'm trying to show you what are
So
those
you can
applications.
share the its link. I will share with them
Sure.
in WhatsApp or somewhere. You can
So
share it.
these are those 25 applications which are coming out with this headset, and luckily one of the application belongs to us from XRDI community. So in this 25 application, one of those are ours. So this bird application is there. Okay, so we also worked on that. So they are pretty neat things. Here you could, on this channel you could also find there are 57 videos, and these are not all, so I'm not getting time to upload all the videos, but there are a few XRDI videos. You could see there are a lot of, he is Arvind Neelkantan. He is a head of technology from Unity. So he has a talk about virtual reality, and he had a talk about extended reality, augmented reality, and how Unity helps in that. She is a journalism in virtual reality. So as I said, a lot of people. He's an astronaut, Dr. Ashok Narayan Murthy. We had him on our show, and we discussed a lot of things and how astronauts use virtual reality or augmented reality. What's inside the astronaut helmet? Okay, so we discussed all these things, and there are a lot of exciting talks which are about to come. Okay, so yeah, you can basically explore this channel, and I'm hope you'll find this pretty amazing, pretty neat.
That's
Okay.
impressive. Yeah. So, is there if there any question you can ask right now, or else this live is going to over soon. Okay.
So, is there any science fiction question like have you ever saw a virtual reality movie like Ready Player One or something? If you have that kind of question, I'm very interested to answer those as well. If you want to
Uh,
discuss any technology which belongs to those movies, even that is
yeah,
very
sir,
fun.
sir, this is my personal question. Like, we have recently watched a movie on Amazon Prime that's Void. Okay, so not Void, that's Upload. Okay, so what are your views on Upload? Like, it
Okay,
can be possible in future or like something.
okay, totally possible in future. Okay, so
Okay,
there's a branch of medical imaging,
okay,
so basically which is called fMRI, which stands for functional magnetic resonance imaging. Okay, fMRI means you are doing something and we record that what you are doing. Okay, for example, if you are solving a Rubik's cube, we can basically see your brain activity inside those fMRI machine. fMRI is basically the MRI machine, but we can also the people are functioning inside there. Okay, so that's became functional fMRI. Okay, so we can basically do that. We create the map of the activity with what is happening. Okay, for example, the result and activity. So we try to create the map, and using those maps we try to understand more and more how the brain works. So one day, maybe
okay.
just maybe one day we could map the entire brain, and when we could map the entire brain, we can basically copy your consciousness. This is a theory, but this is a pretty scientific theory. It's not bullshit. It has a scientific backing. Okay, in fact there is a worm, there is a earth worm, and you can basically there are only 387 neurons in his head. Because there are so less of neurons, you can actually digitize his entire brain. And when you digitize the neurons, that sea worm's entire brain, you can actually in reality upload to a simple robot. And when they did that, the robot actually moved. The robot actually moved in one dimensional path. Okay, so how a worm should. Okay, so this is something being done on a worm, but humans has billions of neural net connection in the brain. So how it is very hard, but artificial intelligence is being progressing, which is the correct candidate, which could make such a great map with high accuracy. So artificial intelligence could understand those billions of connections simultaneously because they have a lot of cerebral power. So that is something which is totally possible.
Thank you very much, sir. It's really a great session, and people are really happy with your session, and they learn a lot from you, and they're looking forward to join your community and learn more.
थैंक्स मैन, थैंक्स मनीष, और आप भी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो. आई हैव सीन
Thank you very much,
a
sir.
lot of activity recently from you. So yeah, you guys are doing amazing, and Girlscript is an amazing community because they are teaching. They have impact of 60 plus thousand people, 60 plus thousand students in India. So which is a very great work, a very great initiative by the founders. And yeah, keep growing, and we hope we will collaborate, we'll help each other in future, and we'll build a healthy Indian communities, and which are totally working in this tech industry. And basically, yeah, we are collaborating and helping each other in every way possible.
Thank you very much, sir. So here we are going to close this event. Thanks for joining, guys. We will meet you soon again. Thank you.